Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Monday, May 23rd goes to Alabama coach Nick Saban, the winningest coach in college football history. He's won 7 national championships, okay? 1 with LSU, 6 with Alabama. So he's the bar, I'm sure, for every college football coach. And when you win that much, people want to play for you. So for years, Nick Saban and Alabama have had their fair share of 5-star recruits, but times are changing. Okay, the reason times are changing is because of name, image, and likeness deals in NCAA college sports. Now, what is a name, image, and likeness deal? It's when the athletes can make money by permitting businesses to use their name, image, and likeness to sell a product. You ask me, Uncle Charlotte, Brother Leonard, this is long overdue, and it's going to make a lot of players very wealthy, and rightfully so. Okay, there's absolutely no reason for anyone to be against this because NCAA college sports, especially in basketball and football, are multi-billion-dollar businesses, okay? And historically, everybody at these schools is reaping the benefits of the work these kids are putting in, okay, except for the kids. So let these kids make money off their name, image, and likeness, okay? It's just the right thing to do. Not to mention, do you understand the stress you are taking off some of these kids by allowing them to make money? Some of these kids come from conditions that aren't the best, all right? They're happy to be in college because it gets them one step closer to the pros. You know why they want to be in the pros? So they can make money to get their parents out the hood. Now, you are providing them the opportunity to do that in college by letting them make money off their name, image, and likeness, and you'll probably even get a better performance out of them because they don't have that burden on their backs, okay? Now they can just go out there and play, and, they're not in a rush to leave college because they're making money in college. Some of them might be more enticed to stay. I think name, image, and likeness is a win all across the board, but people like Nick Saban don't think so. In fact, Nick Saban believes paying high school players under the guise of name, image, and likeness to attend a certain school is bad for college sports. Why is it bad for college sports? Well, when you have HBCUs like Jackson State University and their recruiting class is ranking ahead of several Power 5 programs, and they land Travis Hunter, the #1 recruit in the country, not just land him, but he decommitted from Florida State to go play for Coach Prime in Jackson State. That's what I think Nick Saban means by this is bad for the sport. But he didn't just aim at Deion Sanders. No, he took shots at Texas A&M's Jimbo Fisher, too. He said both of these programs are paying for play. Let's listen to what Nick Saban had to say.
You've read about them. You know who they are. I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. All right, we didn't buy one player. All right, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it. There are rules, just like Nate said. We have a rule right now that says you cannot use name, image, and likeness to entice a player to come to your school. Hell, read about it in the paper. I mean, Jackson State paid a guy $1 million last year that was a really good Division I player to come to school. It was in the paper, and they bragged about it.
Oh, I got to take a sip of water. Hold on. I am too dehydrated because it is way too much salt on that cracker. Okay, I mean, the sodium is high. No one, man, should have all that salty. My God, Nick Saban. Nick Saban sound like Nino Brown on the stand telling on everybody. He might as well have yelled out, "This is bigger than Nick Saban, and I got a list to prove it," okay? Nick Saban can't fathom why any kid would want to go play at Jackson State University, all right? This is just old school arrogance, old school elitists, okay? In his mind, he's thinking we have better everything, better facilities, a better stadium, a better shot of our kids going to the pros. He doesn't even realize how much his sense of entitlement is ingrained in him, okay? I guarantee at certain schools he expects to always be in the running for top recruits. At certain schools he always expects to have that level of privilege, and Jackson State is not one of them. Okay, not to mention, we all know college sports is filthy when it comes to pay for play. All right, there's nothing honorable about what Nick Saban did, because I guarantee he also has dirt on his name too. And Deion Sanders all but told him that. Deion said, "I don't even wear a watch and I know what time it is, okay? They forgot I know who's been bringing the bag and dropping it off. I know this stuff. I'm not the one you want to play with when it comes to all of this stuff." In the words of the late, great Barnwell, South Carolina legend James Brown, "Don't tell a lie about me, and I won't tell the truth on you." And what's crazy, if Deion starts spilling the beans on other coaches and programs, if he starts talking about what he knows, they'll say he's out of line and breaking coaches' etiquette. And coaches aren't supposed to do that to each other, even though we just saw Nick Saban do it. And I see coaches like Steve Spurrier and I see SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey siding with Saban, which proves Deion right when he says Nick was just speaking for everybody when he made those comments. Let's listen.
That thing wasn't about me. When I looked through the smoke and through the fire, Coach Saban used me and used Jimbo Fisher as pawns in his plea for help from his boosters and his donors. We were just pawns. So now he was really going at his people to up the ante so that he could outdo Coach Fisher. Right. Now, they just threw me in the fire because of what we accomplished in recruiting last year. They just threw us in the fire because he was the spokesman for all SEC and he was the spokesman for all the Power Fives and the PWIs by saying, hey, y'all, we can't let that happen again now.
Lord have mercy. Listen, we talk about, protecting people at all costs. I told y'all back in December, don't listen to anything negative you hear about Coach Prime in the media, okay? It's going to be happening as long as he's at Jackson State University. These kind of attacks are typical when you start challenging and disrupting the basic belief that the way things have been going in any industry is the correct way. Okay, for years, PWIs have had advantages in every single category, and that's what always leads the best players in the country to want to go play for them. But now that you have a black athlete, okay, the number one recruit in the country saying he chose Jackson State because historically black colleges and universities have a rich history in football, and he wants to be a part of that history and that future, scary sight for the Nick Sabans of the world because they know they can't compete with culture. You might have more money, you might have more resources, but you ain't black. And you don't have the cultural cachet Deion Sanders has. Nick Saban, you never made must be the money, damn it. Okay? You ain't never made must be the money. Hey, come on now. You don't have the cultural cachet that Deion Sanders has, Nick Saban. Please let Remy Ma give Alabama coach Nick Saban the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. You dumb.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.